Today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas, we're going to make my delicious lasagna. Stay tuned. Hi friends, my name is Doug and today we're going to make my delicious lasagna, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients. First of all, you're going to need some Italian sauce. You can use your own or store-bought. Next, we're using 9 lasagna noodles. So you're going to cook your pasta, your lasagna noodles for around 8 minutes. Make sure you salt the water, and we're going to start to drain it. Okay, so what we're going to need is around 2 cups of Italian blended cheese. Now I have a farm style blended cheese, Italian blended cheese, and then I also have the shredded one, the regular one that you can find in the bag. So I just kind of mix those two together. The next one is Parmigiano Reggiano. I just love this cheese. You have to use this cheese for this lasagna. It's so good. This is about a half of a cup. We have Pecorino Romano cheese here. Pecorino Romano. That's about a half a cup too, maybe towards a cup, 1 full cup. We need some ricotta cheese. Some people don't like ricotta cheese or ricotta cheese. But you know, if you're eating it by itself, maybe you don't like it. But when you eat it with this lasagna, you're gonna love it. So please add the ricotta. You know, lasagna is not lasagna without ricotta. And then you need about 3 cups, maybe a little bit more, of mozzarella cheese, just regular mozzarella cheese here. So this is around 3 cups, maybe a little bit more. I actually use 3 handfuls. That's how I go by it. And then of course you're going to need some ground beef. This is 93% lean, 7% fat. And for our spices, we're going to be using oregano, basil leaves, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. This is Italian seasoning, crushed red pepper, and of course we are going to use some more cheese for the topping. Oh, and we're also going to need about a half of a white onion, diced small, and also about a teaspoon of minced garlic. All right, let's start cooking our ground beef. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a large pan here, frying pan, and I'm going to I turned on the heat. This is on probably like a medium heat right now. And I'm going to use about maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. You just want to use enough to coat the bottom. Make sure that the bottom is all covered with extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to let that heat up, and then we're going to add our onions and our minced garlic. Okay, so it looks like our olive oil is heating up nicely. I'm going to get these are my onion, and don't forget I diced that up small. I'm going to lower the flame a little bit to this is between a low flame and a medium flame. You don't want to have your flame on too high because you don't want to burn your onions. I am getting over, I think I had the flu, getting over a cold or something. I was sick for a few days, and actually it was around 4 days, and I'm still not 100%, but I'm better. I don't know what's going on. I hear across the country this flu thing's going around, but I don't know if it's that or what it is. But basically I just had stuffed up nose, but it wasn't like your normal stuffed up nose. It was like way back in there. It's really weird. And not even a major cough, just a little bit here and there with the cough, but definitely a temperature. It ranged from 98.6 to 100.6, but the 100.6 was when I was taking Tylenol and Mucinex, so it could have been more, I don't know, but that was with medication over the counter. I didn't go to the doctor because I didn't have any body aches. I didn't have any body aches. I didn't have a headache or anything like that. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of flu it is or whatever, but I'm trying to get over it. So hopefully this lasagna will help. All right, so we're cooking up our onions. Now I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Now what you want to do is you're going to get your ground beef and just break it apart. We're going to add all our spices to the ground beef. Now we want to cook our ground beef till it's totally brown. So that really depends on you and how high you have your heat. I'm going to raise this now to about a medium. And we're going to cook up our ground beef. Okay, so we're browning our beef. It's looking really good. The onion and the garlic is in there. Now, you can make this lasagna with Italian sausage. You could do a combination of this ground beef and Italian sausage. So I'm going to start to add my spices now. You want to add probably about a teaspoon of salt, about a teaspoon of freshly cracked pepper, maybe half a teaspoon or so of these crushed red pepper flakes. I just add a little bit to that. We need definitely at least 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a little bit of basil leaves, just a little bit, maybe half a teaspoon, maybe about a teaspoon of oregano. And that Italian seasoning has a lot of this already in it. Here's garlic powder and onion powder. Even that we have garlic and onion in there, I always like to add garlic powder and onion powder too. So it's going to be about a teaspoon of both, of the garlic and the onion. Okay. Looks good, smells great. Want to make sure that's seasoned well. Seasoning is so important. And yes, we're still in the season of winter. So all these recipes that I'm showing you for the winter time are what I like to call comfort food. It just goes so well with the winter time, and you can make it any time of the year, of course, but having a good lasagna during the winter time, and in Texas, you know what? It's crazy. We just had 88 degrees. We hit a record the other day. And then the next day it dropped to like 40. So no wonder why I'm sick. But yeah, the weather changes like unbelievably in Texas. So we're back to winter again. All right, so I'm going to cook this up just a little bit more, and then we're going to start putting it all together. Okay, so let me show you in our bowl right here with our mozzarella cheese. I'm adding my ground beef, all that ground beef with the onions and the garlic and all those yummy spices. And I'm adding it hot because it's going to really melt into that cheese. And just give that a stir like that. Yum. And then we're going to start to add our other cheeses. This is our ricotta cheese. This is like 1 medium ricotta. So just add that in there. It's going to make it nice and creamy. That's why the ricotta is so important. You know, when I hear out there that some people don't like ricotta cheese, I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, who's ever making it for you is not doing a good job. Because you gotta have ricotta for this lasagna. Mmm. Yummy, yummy Italian comfort food. All right. I'm going to add those other cheeses to it. This is the Italian blend. It'll be very cheesy, just the way I like it. The pecorino romano cheese. It's about a cup of that, finely grated. And then this is the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I just love saying Parmigiano Reggiano. All right, that looks good. All right, now we're going to prepare our lasagna. Oh, before I do that, let me just add, because I added all those cheeses, I'm going to add a little bit more of the Italian seasoning. I just kind of coat the top with that. And maybe just a little bit. Now, a little bit of the black pepper, crushed black pepper. I'm not going to add any more salt because the pecorino romano cheese is a little salty. So the 1 teaspoon that was in the beef really should suffice. Okay. All right, now let's prepare our lasagna. Okay, so we're back. So we got the oven on 375 degrees, and we're going to bake this for 30 minutes. Okay, so what I did was I first did a little cooking spray in my pan. You don't really have to, but I like to do that. I added some sauce to the bottom, just a thin layer of sauce, and then I added 3 noodles. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my sauce. I'm going to add another, just little bit of sauce here and there. All right. And with this sauce, like I said, you can use store-bought. You can make your own. Don't forget I have my recipe on my very own homemade Italian sauce. And now, after we added the noodles and a little bit of a sauce, I'm going to add the glop of the lasagna. Glop of the lasagna. It's going to be so yummy. Okay, then I'm going to get 3 more noodles. I go lengthwise. Don't worry if if it breaks apart a little bit. No big whoop. Okay, don't have a conniption. It's fine. All right, we're going to add some more sauce. So again, the sauce, don't have to smother it. You just want to put enough where everything gets coated. My oven is ready. Yay. I'm going to add, I have very little of the mixture left. So what I'm doing is I'm just placing it in the middle, kind of spreading it out just a bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's why I like lasagna. Nothing has to be perfect with this lasagna except the taste. And then we're going to add some cheese to this layer, just like that. Okay, now this cheese here is just a mix of all the other cheeses that I've used already. Right? Perfect. And then real simple, one more layer. Now this noodle really got damaged bad, but I'm going to make it work, you know. And you probably, what I should have done really is to use the real pretty one for the top. But you know what? It's going to be covered with cheese. So, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Then you're going to add the rest of your sauce. And just spread it. Cover all those lasagna noodles. And then we're going to add the rest of the cheese. It's going to look so pretty. Now, what you can do, let's say if you did what I did and you have a broken lasagna noodle, what you can do is just add extra cheese there where the broken lasagna noodle is, and no one will ever know. Now, just to top it off, I got my Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I'm just going to add just a bit more to the top. See how easy this is? This is not hard. Very simple to make. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that I actually did use some cooking spray on this pan just to lay the lasagna noodles out, because if you leave them in the colander, they're going to stick together. So get some cooking spray, put it on a pan, and then I used the 3 extra lasagna noodles, and I did put it in this pan. Okie dokie, guys, we're going to put this in the oven at 375 degrees, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes, and it should be done, and then we'll have a taste test, so stay tuned. Well, it is done. I just took it out of the oven, and oh my gosh, look at that. It looks beautiful, and it smells fantastic. I cannot wait to take a bite out of this. Okay, so we're ready for a taste test. It looks so good, smells fantastic. So of course, when you take it out of the oven, you want to let it set for a little bit. I can't wait. So I'm going to take a little piece here. Get my plate real close. Like I said, don't forget, let it set for a little bit. That's why this is a little bit creamy. It's that ricotta. All right, you ready? Oh. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Oh yeah. You know, I make a really good lasagna. I really do. Creamy. Delicious. The seasoning, perfect. Doesn't need any salt. Doesn't need any pepper. Everything is perfect the way it is. So good. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Sorry about my cold. I know my voice is probably extra deep today. I might be Barry White. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to share this recipe with you. I did do a lasagna video like way back. Guys, I have close to 500 videos on this channel. But I wanted to do an updated lasagna video. I did change it up just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. And it's so good. And I hope you try the recipe. It's easy, guys, it's easy. So you can definitely make this, and it's so good. And your family will love you, your friends will love you. make it. It's really delicious. If you love Italian food, if you like lasagna, please make this. It's really, really good. But thank you so much for joining us. And if you are someone that has not subscribed to our channel yet, please consider subscribing. It would really help us out. And of course, give this video a like. I mean, you have to. So stupid. Anyway, please give this video a like. I'd appreciate it. And until next, it's the medication. The medication is taking effect now. Woo! Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, my friends, happy, healthy living. Bye-bye.